What can I say? Some days they're good days, some days they're bad days. Today happens to be a particularly bad day. I woke up feeling not too bad, but as the day has progressed, I've certainly I've felt worse. Yeah, it's hard to explain and describe. I mean, depression is one of those things that certainly for me, it comes in and out of my life, and it uh, impacts me in different ways on different days, depending on different environmental factors and different things that happen. Um, but today has been not a great day. I have felt overwhelmed. I have felt unable to cope with what I'm dealing with, and the mountains of things that I have to do. Expectations have been challenging today. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say other than that. Um, Today is a hard day. It's a hard day to look outside and think about next steps. It's hard to look in front of me and see what's coming. It's hard to look at what I'm trying to accomplish and what I'm trying to achieve. Um, it's almost like I don't know how. Like, I don't know how to step forward. I don't know. Like, if someone put a path in front of me, I wouldn't even know how to step onto it. I wouldn't even know how to move forward. Um, it's not quite like being stuck in mud. At least if I was stuck in mud, I would have some excuse for why I can't move forward. It's more like I don't have the capacity or the will to take that next step. And I mean, depression affects different people in different ways. This is certainly not uncommon for me in terms of how it impacts me and how it feels. Um, but today is one of those days where it all just feels like a lot. It feels like a lot. To say it feels like too much would not be a departure from how I feel. It just feels like a lot, and um, all the tools and all the strategies and all the capacity that I know I have. Yesterday, I was talking to someone, not a client, but just a friend who struggles similarly to how I struggle. And he called us high functioning depressants, or high functioning depressives, or something to that nature. High functioning was the word he used. And I don't feel very high functioning today. I feel like I can't do anything. I feel like I'm, again, not stuck, because nothing's holding me back but myself and my inability to take that step. I guess you could say my brain is holding me back, if you wanted to get specific about it. But yeah, I don't know how to take that next step right now. It's days like this where, when I feel this depressed and I feel this down and I feel this unable to move forward, that I almost welcome anxiety. Like, I almost welcome the anxiety or the panic attacks when they come, because at least it helps me feel like I'm feeling something, or I'm doing something, or I'm reacting to something. And at least it the anxiety and the panic almost propels me to move. It propels me to act. But right now, I don't really feel propelled to do anything. Instead of making this video, I very nearly just went upstairs and rolled into bed and just pulled the covers over my head and just wanted to lay down and do nothing, and just turn the world off. But instead, I wanted to share how I'm feeling with you. I wanted to share my reality with you. And I wanted to share it so that you can understand and know that there are people out there experiencing depression in the same way that you are. Maybe not experiencing it in terms of the life effects, the life impacts, the symptoms, and all of that stuff. But there are people experiencing the complete lows, and the complete inability to function. And it's okay. Like, it's okay that you experience this. It's okay that you have this happening to you. It's totally okay that this is in your life, and it's totally okay that you don't know what to do. I mean, I don't. Every day I talk about motivation, inspiration. I talk about moving forward. I talk about living every day with intentionality. And, I talk about strength. And this doesn't feel entirely strong. I mean, even talking to you out there and even going on camera and talking about what I'm dealing with doesn't feel entirely strong. But it's part of it, right? Like, it's part of living with that focus on the things that you can control. What I can control right now is the very limited scope of what is in my immediate environment. So I'm here in my office, I've got my computer here, I've got all my equipment here. And this is the stuff that I can control right now. And that's okay. Like, that's okay for right now. Like, I don't need to worry about having to do anything else. And if I have to shut my work off for today, that's what I have to do. Some people aren't so lucky. Some people have to work through the things as they're happening to them. But it's hopefully helpful to know that you're not alone, and to know that there are other people out there who live and experience real, intense, hardcore depression without the real knowledge or the emotional, physical, intellectual capacity to take that next step to get out of that headspace. Yeah. I'm not really sure what else to say. Other than, if you're feeling alone and you're feeling like there's nobody out there, there absolutely is. If you want someone to talk to, head over to my Instagram at ryanpainter.tv, head over to my Twitter at ryanlpainter, and shoot me a message. I'll talk. I'm always open to talking and chatting with folks about how they're feeling. I mean, if anything, I can listen and I can help reflect. But I get it. Like, when people say sometimes it feels like it's all too much, I get that. I'm there right now. Like, I'm 100% there right now. And like, I think the other thing I would say is, like, I am to the point of crying, but I'm not quite there. And if I did cry right here, I'd be okay with that. Like, there's no shame in that whatsoever. There's no shame in crying. There's none. It can be quite cathartic, and I may cry after I turn off this video and throw it up on YouTube. But for me, this is what depression looks like and feels like at its worst. At its absolute worst for me. And it is debilitating in every single possible way. You can't move. You can't do anything. Like, you can't function. So if you have these experiences, I'll throw some links into the YouTube channel of where you can go and get support, whether you're in Canada or you're in the States or wherever. I'll throw up some links, to phone or to do chat. If you're in Canada, the Kids Help Phone has a free texting service that you can use. That's not just for kids. I mean, it's kids' help phone, but it's not just for kids. I've used it when I've needed to reach out to someone to talk to. There's a mind shift app from Anxiety BC. I think that's who does mind shift. Check that out too. I'll pop some links in the description. So yeah, this is me for today, and I don't know how much longer this is going to last. This might be an all-day thing. This might span into tomorrow. I don't know. But it's not always like this. Like, I think that's the one thing that's important to understand too, is that it doesn't always feel this bad. It doesn't always feel like it's never going to get better. This does pass. There are many more moments of goodness and happiness and light in between the really dark, bad stuff. So know that there's good stuff there, and know that there's people out there that you can reach out to for help, and you can always come talk to me if you need to. I won't say keep happy if you can't, but take care of yourself. Like, that's important. Like, take care of yourself and reach out if you need help and if you need support. And sending love, like lots of love out there for anyone who may be dealing with this, may be struggling with this in the same way that I do, or in different ways from how I do. But sending out major love to everybody out there, like all the love I can possibly muster, and just keeping a little bit for myself, but giving lots of love out there to all y'all.